Well, once again, welcome to our home groups training, and we are moving forward with all of our home groups. Our children are at home, and we've been mailing out our home group kids boxes, and I believe another one should be coming up soon, or you might have even gotten it already. So I love how we're doing this together. You know, in the beginning when we started our home groups, we didn't know exactly what it would look like, but along the way, we've been fine-tuning and getting better at it. And most of all, and the greatest thing, is that we're growing in Jesus together. We look at 2020 and all the things that have been taking place. We can focus on all the negative things. But what we've been doing is we've been saying, Lord, this is your year. You created each day for us to rejoice and be glad in it. And you are Lord in your kingdom. So if we're a part of your kingdom, then 2020 belongs to you. And it can almost seem like, then why are all these things happening in this year? Well, at the same time, we can also look at it from a different perspective and say, in 2020, this was the year we grew the most, matured, and learned in the Lord, as well as unlearned some things that we've been used to in the ways of the world. So today, as we talk about our home groups and training, we want to focus on safety in the home. Being safe in the home when you have your home group. In the book of Ezekiel, Ezekiel likens our responsibility to a watch person. Let me just read Ezekiel chapter 33, verses 3 through 6. It says, "When the watchman sees the enemy coming, he sounds the alarm to warn the people. Then if those who hear the alarm refuse to take action, it is their own fault if they die." Kind of brutal. They heard the alarm but ignored it. So the responsibility is theirs. If they had listened to the warning, they could have saved their lives. So there's a principle here that Ezekiel is alluding to. But if the watchman sees the enemy coming and doesn't sound the alarm to warn the people, he is responsible for their captivity. So he's responsible for the consequences. They will die in their sins, but I will hold the watchman responsible for their deaths. So as you can see, that person, the watchman, that person that God gives responsibility to, is the one responsible for everyone else. Why? Because God is giving that person a perspective and a discernment to make those decisions. And so it is with us and our home. God has given us the responsibility to make sure that our homes are safe, especially if we have children in the home. So we're going to look at 3 things that will help us to be safe in our very own homes when it comes to our home groups. The first thing is to know who's in your home. Now, it may almost seem like, yeah, I got that. Like, I'm going to have people in my home, so I know who's in my home. No. Really know who's in your home. You're not just opening up your home to anybody. You're really thinking this through. You're praying through it. You're almost doing your own vetting process, that you're being mindful of who's going to be in your home. If you have children, know who's in your home. Know who's around your children, and make sure that your children are safe. Have people in your home that you trust, people you know very well. If it's a new person and someone invited them, make sure you talk to the person you know first about that person. Get a little bit of history, and not being so fearful that we're not opening up our hearts to people, but being mindful and discerning, as well as safe enough to know who's coming into our home. So with that person, the one you know, you can, and you're not gossiping, you're just saying, hey, tell me a little bit about your friend that's going to be coming over, and so forth. Now, right now, because we're in the situations we're in, I know we're not opening it up to everybody, but when that eventually happens, we want to be mindful. The second thing is to abide by our county laws. And our county laws right now have a specific set of guidelines, so you're going to have to keep in touch with the county laws and guidelines, and we're going to help you with that. We'll also let you know what's happening with the state and county laws, especially right now because of COVID-19. Temp checks, hand washing, social distancing, and masks. We want to make sure that we're doing that also. And then the last thing, use discernment. Use discernment. God will speak to you. And remember, we talked about it before. Let the Holy Spirit lead, because the Holy Spirit will speak things that our eyes cannot see, and our own personal gut feeling won't be able to connect in that kind of way. So we want to make sure that we're discerning in the ways of the Lord, and we want to be led by the Holy Spirit. I will say it this way. If there's a check in your spirit about something, and you're going to make a decision, it is always better to be safe than correct. You want to be mindful of, well, I think this might happen. I'm a little discerning that this is happening, and I'm not going to move on it. You'd rather be safe than correct with what you're thinking. So I hope this helps you today in being safe in your very own homes. And as always, be mindful that our website will always have our trainings, as well as our YouTube channel will have all of our trainings. So if you want to go back and check it out, you can go to our home groups playlist, and then that's where you can get all the training that you need. And if this is your first video for our home groups, go back and check it out, because then you'll be on the same page as all of us. God bless you guys, and stay safe.